What's going on, folks? Trailer Park Boy Live here, and I just wanted to do a quick video talking about my experience with the Path of Exile 2 0.3 launch. Man, I tell you, I have a real love-hate relationship with this game. The game, it pisses me off is what it does. And it's just a difficulty thing, and that's not necessarily a issue with the game. Maybe that's a me issue, a skill issue, but it's just it's just hard. It's a hard game for me. I feel like it's artificially hard, and I'll get into explaining what I mean by that a little bit, I reckon, here in a little bit. But first things first, just wanted to talk about the launch itself. One more thing, I am playing on PS5, so some of this stuff might be different for the guys over on PC. I don't know, but definitely want to share my thoughts on it. I don't mean to sound too much like I'm bitching and moaning, but at the same time, I paid $30 for early access, so if I want to bitch and moan about it, I reckon I can. But so first things first, let's get into the launch. I started playing at around 4:30, so I missed the whole queue, the wait times. I got right in. I was like, sweet, no queue. Go through a little tutorial area, and then I make it to old Clearfell here. Accept my quests, and I can't do anything. I cannot leave town. I tried changing the instance, try restarting the game. I'm just stuck in town, and it was at least 30 minutes or so of that, just trying over and over and over again to get out of town. Finally get out of town. I, go through doing my thing, and eventually I wander into the Grim Triangle. Well, for those of y'all who've played know that when you first go into the Grim Triangle, until you progress the other quests, there's the roots blocking the path, and you can't go no further. So I go in there, I'm like, oh, well, I gotta go do the rest of the questing. Well, that was the other problem. I got stuck in the Grim Triangle. I couldn't leave, I couldn't portal out, I couldn't do anything. And that was maybe another 20 minutes or something. That was very, very frustrating. So that was kind of my launch bug experiences. Went to Grellwood. My first death was in Grellwood by the tree bastard. He got me good. He one-shotted me. One more thing kind of about this Act 1 area. When you first come in here, and where is it? The Mud Burrows. So the Mud Burrows was the first, the Abyss. What's the new mechanic? What's it called? The Abyssal what? The Abyssal Pits. I don't know. Anyways, that was my first time experiencing that. And this, I don't know if this is just a PlayStation 5 thing, or if this is on PC as well. But on PS5, there is a ridiculous audio glitch. Anytime there's a large pack of monsters, it is ridiculous. It hurts your ears. It sounds like it's gonna bust the speakers out of your headphones. Usually it only does it with that whole Abyss deal, but every now and then there's a huge swarm of regular mobs. It will do it then too. It's just something to do with all the audio of the monsters, I reckon. Um, the rest of Act 2, or I'm sorry, Act 1 went pretty smooth. Got to the Act 1 boss. Took me 5 attempts to beat him. That was pretty much it for Act 1. Act 2 was the same deal. Went a lot smoother than the first time I played the game. I'm trying to think. I didn't really have any issues in Act 2 other than the questing was just all over the place. And then, finished that. And now here we are in Act 3. Well, when I got to Act 3, I was getting very, very frustrated and almost quit playing, mainly because of poison damage. I was taking a lot of poison damage, and until I looked it up, I didn't know that poison damage was chaos damage. Because unless I missed it, the game doesn't tell you that shit. But either way, that leads me to my next thing of... I got this level 41 witch. And if we go look at my character, my resistances could be better all the way around. Still working on that, but look at my chaos res. I got 0 chaos res. And none of the gear that I'm finding has chaos res on it. I've tried crafting chaos res. No luck there. I don't have any runes for chaos res. So like, how do I, how am I supposed to fix that issue if I don't have the tools to fix that issue? And then these, not bosses, these regular mobs, these white mobs are fisting me. Just repeatedly. And I don't have the tools to fix it. Now, there is some nodes in the passive tree, like I seen over here where I took my chaos damage. There was this whole minion section here. Wait, that's not even, that says minions have chaos resistance. So, I'm gonna have to relook at the passive tree. I've already had to respec once. But I guess I'm gonna have to try to get chaos res in the tree. I don't know. So that's definitely frustrating. Like with this chaos witch, I'm getting through the bosses way easier than I'm getting through regular mobs, and that's just fucking weird to me. Like they're just tearing me up, and they're so damn fast. That's another thing. I think, GGG has come out and said that they want the combat to be meaningful, and they're okay with the game being hard, and I guess I am too, if I have the tools to combat that. But the monsters are just so damn fast. Now, they did add in the sprint feature, and I use it. Every map I go into, I'm using sprint. I feel like you have to, because the game was so damn slow before. Like, the sprint is awesome, because the maps are too big. Like, the sprint is like that. We needed that, right? But the thing with the sprint, and this is what I meant at the beginning of the video, and then like artificially making the game harder. The whole thing where we can dodge roll into the sprint, but if the monsters touch us, they stun us, we're laying on the ground, we can't move, and they're just beating the shit out of us. Like, why did you have to do that? There was no point in that. Like, you gave us something nice, but instead of just giving us something nice, you had to be like, well, here's this, but we're still gonna try to fuck you a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of silly. And the movement went to sprint. It's all, I think it's just the animations. It just makes it kind of clunky because like if you notice if you're walking here, and this is on controller, I can snap this way, right? You know, it's cool. You can turn on a dime. Now, if you sprint, I'm gonna turn right or turn left right here. I'm gonna turn left again. Now, oh, I tried to turn around, but I couldn't. So I hit this picnic table and no reason. When you're sprinting, you got the turning radius of a Chevy Astro van. Like, instead of just being able to turn right here, it's doing like a wide-ass U-shaped turn. It's just kind of clunky. But they're doing that because they're so hell-bent on this artificial difficulty shit, I feel like, man. And if you're doing a map where there's like roots sticking out of the ground and shit, if you're sprinting and you bump into a root, it does that shit. It's it's annoying as hell. But like I said, the sprint is awesome to have, but that's because the maps are too big. And I remember there was an interview, somebody was interviewing Jonathan Rogers and talking about how the maps were too big, and Jonathan said something along the lines of, the maps aren't too big, there's just not enough stuff to do in the maps, or whatever he said. Nah, dude, they're too big. Like, just straight up, they're too fucking big. Like, you'll have a big ass map that you have to clear, and within that map, this is in the campaign, mind you, within that map you gotta go, like in the cemetery, this big ass cemetery, you gotta clear those 2 tombs. You go inside the tombs, and both tombs are the same size as the whole cemetery. It just doesn't even make sense why they're that damn big. So yeah, that's all just around sprint there. What else did I want to talk about? I guess oh yeah, I wanted to talk about my build in particular. So I'm doing a chaos switch, and my whole build consists of, you know, contagion, essence drain. I've really started using unearth a lot because if I don't have the minions out there, I seem to just get my ass kicked. So I'm using unearth a lot. But where I was gonna go with this, so once I got Bone Cage was awesome because I could trap, I could trap these mobs with my Bone Cage, have them stuck there, hit them with my Chaos. Alright, then I got Despair, my first curse. Alright. And Despair is curse all targets in an area after a short delay, lowering their chaos resistance. Now, this first thing here. Curse applies after a 1.5 second delay. Here's my problem with this. These monsters move so damn fast that when I cast Despair, unless I have them trapped in a Bone Cage, or they're fighting my minions, by the time the curse is applied after a 1.5 second delay, the monsters are already out of my curse radius. And that's just like, it's fucking annoying, man. Like, why does there have to be a 1.5 second delay to apply the curse? When I cast the curse, just apply the shit. The little stuff like that is what in this game that it's what I was just like artificially hard, artificial difficulty. So So there was that. That was one of my one of my big things right here. If I don't get him in that bone cage to hold him still while I'm casting this, it just most of the time it don't hit. And then it's kind of clunky as well. Like, so I'm doing this whole deal. Mobs are coming at me 100 miles an hour. I'm slow as shit. I'm fat rolling backwards. And just because of the rolling animation, when I come out of a roll and try to cast Despair, like I'm casting, I'm hitting it, but it doesn't cast because I'm still in that rolling animation, and it just really bothers me. But overall, Chaos Witch has been pretty fun, been pretty good. The whole thing with fun in this game is it's a different type of fun. It has its moments where it is a fun game, but then it just has its moments when that artificial difficulty hits, and it's like man, this isn't fun anymore. I hope my fucking internet didn't just go out again. Let's see. Let's see. Been having internet issues. Yeah. Wow, of course. So we can still finish some of this other stuff that I had wrote down here. Man, that is so damn annoying. My internet's really been getting on my nerves tonight. Seems to be back up for now. That's what happens when you live in the trailer park. You don't get good internet. Let's see if I had anything else wrote down here. Talked about the Chaos Res gear drops. Like, since I've been in Act 3, I gotta redo some sockets because I finally crafted some gear. But I'm getting stuff to drop. It's just useless shit to me. It doesn't do anything for me. I do have 8. I do have 8 Artificer's orbs, so I can put some sockets back on stuff and see if I can get some better res. And I just really need that damn chaos res, man. But I went the whole beginning of Act 3 with getting literally nothing to drop. I think both of these rings that I'm wearing I crafted myself, if I'm not mistaken. They're really, I mean, they're not the best, right? Really not the best, but it's better than what I had. What else we got? Crafting currency. The drops for that have been pretty good. I mean, I've been disenchanting everything. So currency's in a decent spot as far as drop goes so far, I think. I won't be able to really fully talk on that until a little bit later on. More towards the end game, or towards the end of Act 4, if I make it that far. Respecking is better. I remember the first time I played the game, I couldn't respec. I have no money. And this time, I just respec'd like one level ago, basically. So that's better. I talked about how I think the game is just kind of artificially difficult. Like, they do shit to make it harder than it should be. It's their game, it's their vision, right? But it just seems very forced to me. So I guess the last thing I want to talk about in regards to the game being fun is I'm having some fun. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing it still. But it's a different type of fun. It's more or less I kind of want to I want to make it to the end game because you know, I got early access when it originally launched, and I played it pretty heavy for, I don't know, a week with a full-time job now. So, you know, eventually, all in all, I made it to Act 2 Cruel, and I just rage deleted the game. I was so pissed off. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get gear. I couldn't respec. I'll be damned if I was starting a new character and going through hell again. So I just deleted the game and hadn't touched it again until Friday. So I mean, I want to make it to the end game. If anything, to say I did it, I want to experience it. Hopefully I get to do that this time. So I mean, I guess that's part of the fun for me, is trying to make it to the end game. But as far as just like blasting, there's no blasting in this shit. Like, you might get something to drop, and for like, you'll equip it, and for like 2 minutes you'll feel like a god. You're like, oh yeah, this is it. I'm about to start whooping ass now. But it don't last very long. This game will knock you right back down to earth. And I just wonder what it is. Like, why don't they want you? Like, damn near every other ARPG I've played, why don't they want you to blast and just kill shit? Be a god. Live that power fantasy. There's no power fantasy in this game. And that maybe that's they don't want that. Maybe this is just not the game for me. I don't know. But I definitely don't get my power fantasy. I don't like the dopamine that I get on this game. It's not drops. I guess I'll get a dopamine hit when I kill an act boss, or like the monkey dude when you when you get into the jungle in Act 3. The monkey guy killed me like 5 times. He kept one-shotting me. So when I finally beat him, I was like, yeah, got that dopamine hit. But when I killed him, he dropped like a fucking crossbow and a pair of blue gloves or something. You know what I mean? So I just give me some dopamine. Let me blast. Let me live out that power fantasy. Or maybe that'll never happen on this game. I don't know. So this video was way longer than what I intended it to be. We're sitting at 23 minutes. I've been talking for 23 minutes about this damn ass game. But I think I touched on pretty much everything so far. That's my experience with 0.3 Path of Exile 2. I'm gonna keep on keeping on, see how far I can get. And if y'all made it this far, leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel. I have not been going live here recently. Life's been pretty busy. I got a new baby and stuff, so it's just not on the radar at the moment. But I still do post shorts and videos every now and then. So anyways, take care, be nice, peace.